or I felt like I had to protect myself from being hurt from people that I loved. But I couldn't figure out how I was gonna make it. People how you want to be treated, and that is always how I think about it.
New York has always been the backdrop for some of the messiest stories in music and culture. So when whispers of a secret engagement started circulating, people weren't shocked. For many, it felt like the natural outcome of an energy that had been quietly building for years. An energy waiting for the right moment to explode. The distraction game. Let's be real. Celebrities don't just stumble into these kinds of rumors. They play chess, not checkers. And if you pay close attention, you'll notice that every time whispers about Alicia and Swizzy heat up, a brand new love interest magically appears in the blogs. It's almost like clockwork. One week, the tabloids will swear up and down that Alicia is secretly connected to Swizzy. And then suddenly, boom, a different guy pops up in the narrative. First, it was Bear, the New York entrepreneur. Before him, some other faceless mystery man we never even got a name for. And every single time, Alicia herself stays silent. She doesn't confirm, she doesn't deny, she doesn't even throw shade, she just lets the rumors breathe. And here's why that's genius. Think about it. In celebrity culture, silence can be louder than a statement. When you don't correct the narrative, people start filling in the blanks for you. They start guessing, gossiping, speculating, and while the public gets caught up chasing the side characters, nobody's really paying attention to the main plot, her long, complicated connection with Swizzy. Now, let's break down the strategy here. No Instagram couple selfies, no soft launches of a boyfriend on the feed, no anniversary captions with cryptic emojis, just nothing. A calculated void. And that void creates chaos, because fans hate not knowing. So what do? They spin theories, they create distractions. And in that noise, Alicia keeps her actual private life away from the spotlight. Honestly, that's PR 101 taken to the next level. It's misdirection, magician energy. While you're staring at the hand waving in front of your face, the real trick is happening somewhere else entirely. And when you think about it, it's kind of brilliant. But here's the catch. When you build a strategy around distraction, it only works as long as you can keep the curtain closed. Once you step into the spotlight, once you let people peek behind the smoke, all those side quests start looking exactly like what they were. Carefully planted cover-ups for the real story. And y'all, once that curtain slipped, it didn't just slip a little, it ripped wide open. The mask slips. Here's the thing about smoke and mirrors. Eventually, the haze clears. For years, Alicia's silence worked like armor. Every rumor, every whisper, every shadowy source was deflected by her refusal to confirm or deny. But silence has an expiration date. When she began stepping into the spotlight, presenting her relationship with Swizzy as picture perfect, suddenly the distractions that once seemed clever began to look suspicious. Think about it. When you build your public image on mystery, people stay hooked because they want answers. But the moment you start offering glimpses, red carpet appearances, anniversary posts, polished interviews, you're no longer hidden, and with visibility comes scrutiny. The same blogs that once ran stories about mystery men now began lining up receipts, pulling timelines, and pointing out inconsistencies. It's like when a magician reveals just a sliver of the trick. The audience doesn't feel satisfied. They want to see the whole illusion crumble. That's exactly what happened here. The stories that once seemed like random gossip now appeared intentional, like calculated smoke bombs designed to protect the central narrative. And once fans caught on, the admiration for her mystery quickly transformed into side-eye suspicion. The biggest issue? By putting her name and her love life front and center, Alicia unintentionally shifted control. What had once been a game she orchestrated became a conversation she couldn't contain. Every post, every public moment, every affectionate display was dissected and reinterpreted through the lens of past rumors. In other words, the mask slipped, and when it did, people realized those years of random distractions weren't random at all. They were part of a long-term play. The only problem? The audience had finally figured out the trick. The Messy Origins, 2010. To really understand the chaos happening now, we have to rewind the clock, back to 2010, the year everything got messy. Because while Alicia and Swizz were smiling for wedding photos, there was a storm brewing behind the scenes. Here's the tea. Swizz wasn't a free man when he started getting close to Alicia. He was still married to Mashonda, his first wife. And Mashonda? She wasn't quiet about it. She went public saying she was blindsided, claiming Alicia knew Swizz was still married when the affair began. Imagine that. Finding out your husband is planning a wedding with someone else, while... Fan reactions. When the story broke, the internet wasted zero time weighing in. Twitter threads lit up, Instagram comment sections flooded, and YouTube reactions popped up overnight. Fans didn't just talk about it, they dissected it like investigators building a case. Some were blunt, pulling no punches. This isn't a love story, it's a cycle. What goes around always comes around. Others had more sympathy, saying Alicia might finally be realizing the cost of choices made over a decade ago. But the majority, they were eating the drama up like it was their favorite reality show. Screenshots started flying, old interviews resurfaced, even archived blog posts from 2010 were dug up to remind everyone how this all started. And that's the dangerous thing about scandals in the digital age. Receipts never expire. The internet always keeps score. One fan summed it up perfectly. Swizz didn't build a blended family, he built a house of cards. And now the wind's blowing. That single comment gained thousands of likes, proving just how many people shared that same sentiment. And then there's Lala. Her name started trending too. Some viewers speculated she'd been quietly waiting for this exact opening, while others accused her of playing the long game. Either way, her image is now tied to this unfolding drama, whether she speaks out or not. But here's the kicker. People aren't just reacting, they're choosing sides. Are you Team Alicia, the wife who built a public fairy tale only to see it collapse? Team Mashonda, who warned the world years ago? Or Team Nobody, because maybe all of them are caught in the same cycle of chaos? So, let's stir the pot. Drop your thoughts below. Who really holds the upper hand now? Alicia, Swizz, or Lala? PR masterclass or karma? Let's talk strategy, because this entire situation looks like a case study in image control. Or a lesson in karma, depending on how you view it. For years, Alicia played the silent game. No confirmations, no denials, no messy public fights. Every time rumors popped up, she let them breathe just enough before the story shifted somewhere else. That kind of restraint isn't accidental. It's calculated. Think about it. While other celebrities post couple selfies and overshare their private lives, Alicia did the opposite. She withheld. She let mystery build. She allowed whispers to become smokescreens. And in a way, it worked. Because people focused more on side relationships than the main connection with Swizz. That's PR 101. Keep the audience distracted so they never see the real show. But here's where it gets tricky. Misdirection only works if you can keep control. The second the baby rumors and paternity results hit, the curtain dropped. Suddenly, all that careful silence looked less like elegance and more like manipulation. Fans stopped seeing her as untouchable and started seeing her as complicit. Now, some argue this is simply karma, that the same scandal she once benefited from has circled back, proving that nobody escapes consequence forever. Others insist it's still part of her playbook, that even this dramatic fallout is being managed with precision. After all, smiling on Instagram while holding life-changing documents, that's not chaos, that's calculated. So which is it? Is Alicia the mastermind of her own narrative, or has karma finally cashed the check written years ago? Either way, this moment is a turning point. The mask is slipping, and fans are watching to see whether she reclaims control or gets consumed by the storm she once navigated so smoothly. The final messy question. So here we are, standing at the messiest crossroads yet. The rumors, the receipts, the history, it all leads to one burning question. Was this destiny, or was it design? Think about it. If Lala really is stepping into the spotlight now, could this all have been her long-term strategy? The timing feels too sharp to ignore. Anniversary posts one day, paternity bombshells the next, and whispers of an engagement right after. That doesn't sound like random chaos. It sounds like a storyline unfolding beat by beat. But then again, maybe this isn't about plotting at all. Maybe it's simply the universe bringing everything full circle. The same way Mashonda once said she was blindsided, maybe Alicia is now living that same shock. Maybe it's not a game plan, it's the past coming back louder than ever. And this is where you come in, because no matter how many analysts or insiders break it down, the court of public opinion is louder. Do you believe this is karma knocking on Alicia's door? Or do you think Lala played the long game and waited patiently for her opening? Remember, every detail we've seen could point either way. The anniversary illusion, the quiet silence that turned into a scream, the engagement whispers swirling around the edges. None of it feels accidental, but not all of it feels planned either. So let's settle it right here, in this community. Was this a cosmic replay of 2010, proving that what goes around really does come around? Or was this an elaborate setup with Lala carefully maneuvering until the stage was clear? Drop your theories in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget, the tea is still boiling.